Okay, we are leaving Jericho. Tons of historic markers. There's a little cemetery. There's snakes. Just saw a snake. I think it was a copperhead. I don't know. I can never remember. It's like a red belly, but without the red belly. Tons of bits and pieces you can have a look around. No camping, apparently, that sign says. I'll make sure I'm going the right way. Pay attention. Yeah, let's see how we go. I'm solo. I don't know, you might have watched the other two videos. So I've done Red Jacket Track and I just did Violet Town track. So you might have already watched them and you'll be bored of me telling you that I'm solo. Nobody wanted to come with me today, and this is the joy of being on your own, is that it's not like you have a partner who do this stuff with you. So I just have to do it on my own, otherwise I wouldn't do it. Yeah, when I say no one would come with me, I mean the club, 4-wheel drive club. We're all busy, which is fine. Most people think I'm a little bit crazy going on my own, but there's loads of guys that do it on their own. Like I passed passed one on Red Jacket Track. He was on his own. So yeah, this track, I was trying to look at the seasonal gate closures because Violet Town Track has a seasonal gate closure, and I couldn't see on my new little setup I've got here whether the rest of the tracks into the valley were seasonal gate closures, and some of them have a seasonal gate closure at one end on the map anyway, on rooftops, and not at the other. So I don't know, it's always good to check. Obviously I haven't gone through a gate for this track yet. There might be one at the end. It looks a little bit muddy, but maybe a little bit slippy slidey in the wet. A bit more mud. Oh, that looks like a little stream. It's all a bit overgrown at the sides. Is that brambles? Oh, it's brambles, damn. I'm expecting this to not be difficult. It was, what was it on HEMA? Easy on HEMA? That doesn't mean a lot, you know. I always think the best thing to do is get all your information. So I'll check my HEMA maps because they have ratings on them. You know, so this track, when that map was made, whenever that was classed as easy. And then I will check. I don't have the paid for version of New Tracks, but I have the free one, so I'll check that. I'll check rooftops for all the little steep labels and contour lines, the topography. Then I will ask my friends, and then I will put it on the Vic High Country Facebook page, and ask for current track conditions. If anyone's been on there recently, like if I'm coming on my own, this is the type of research I do before I drive on a track, because the last thing I want to do, we had a friend in the club who went on a track and ended up having to leave his car there overnight with broken bits on the bottom of his car. For me, it's just not worth it, the risk. I need this car working. That is a fresh tree. I'm kind of now thinking in my head about trees for tonight's fire. And on a previous track, I drove into one of those trees as I was talking to you and not paying attention. Like I did bring some wood with me, but I don't want to be limited in how big I can have my fire, because I'll probably get into camp quite early, get set up, go on a little explore. And aiming, oh god, where are we now? Right. Track carries on this way. That is RJ Spur track going that way. And this is a continuation of Jericho. That is a big ass tree. Shit. Oh, it looks like it's not going to last much longer. It's got a big crack up the inside. Put my foot down a bit. I can't fall off the edge. It's alright. Yeah, so instead of just driving on the road, I thought we'd try some tracks. I was going to do Noble Spur track, but the information I found, it was medium on HEMA, but that was it was quite rutted out at the top. So on my own, without, you know, someone who can be out with the radio giving me guidance on putting my wheels in the right place, I didn't really want to do big ruts. So we shall abandon that one. This is fairly easy. I would say it looks like it could be a bit greasy in the wet. Like you'd be fine in the wet, but you might get a little bit of slippy slidey. Lots of clay down. Look at these beautiful ferns. Look at all the brambles. It is crazy brambles. Being on my own, I can do what I want when I want. Don't have to worry about anyone else and things they want to do. But sometimes it's nice just to have the extra brain. You know, if something goes wrong, there's another brain there to bounce ideas off. Oh, hello, mud. One day. And the kids, kid-free weekend, the next vids will have the kids. They will be back. And I've learned my lesson that they're not to sit next to each other, because they're feral when they're next to each other. But they're quite excited about the next couple of trips we've got coming. Heading up to the Mitta, so watch this space, see what we can get up there. Plan is to get the campgrounds around the Mitta. We might do some of the campgrounds around like Dartmouth. I would call that Dartmouth, but somebody told me it's Dartmouth. And maybe a couple of tracks. There's one up to a fire tower that I want to go and do. That might end up being kind of a night drive, because I quite fancy going up there for sunset with the kids. I think they'll enjoy that. Anyway, watch this space. More stuff coming, that's for sure. This track is crazy. What's that? Is that an eclectus parrot or a lorikeet? I don't know. could do with a nice tree just at the side of the track to put on the roof, but that was on a steep drop. And I also want one that looks a bit dead, to be honest. It's not quite so messy. Because I just saw that snake on the path down at Jericho, it's made me kind of go, oh yeah, snakes are around. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful wood. Why is it when I go out and do wood collection, I can never find trees like that? Someone's always got there first. Always. I end up with the scrap. I don't mind the scraps on a firewood collection run because I don't want the big logs. So I have to bloody split it. I want logs, I don't have to split. Hate splitting wood. Love chainsawing. Hate splitting. Anyway. Oh, that scared me. Where are we? We are halfway? No. A bit over halfway along this track. I don't know if you're still watching, then yay, because this is not the most interesting track, I will admit, but it's good to know that you can get down to Jericho on a track that's fine. Tons of wood around if you can be bothered to drag it up from the edge. I'm just being really picky. I don't know what wood I want to pick out. What's that little thing? What does that say? Warning, dangerous mine shafts in the area. That is the same information that is at Jericho. The exact same. I mean, I've been out on a bit of an explore on mines, and literally when it says, like, be careful, there are literally holes everywhere. Out here. Everywhere. You kind of think you know where the mouth of the mine is, but if you actually go around in the bush, obviously watch out for snakes. That's when I saw some red bellies. There's just holes there and all different alternative ways into maybe the same mine, but they are everywhere. We're trying out new tyres today. I say new tyres, I got some new rim. I say new even, and they're not new, they're second hand. I'm not one for buying things because of looks, but I always wanted some black rims on my car, and my friend took some black rims off his FJ Cruiser, and the tyres were pretty good, like pretty much brand new. So I basically bought them because I've got new tyres on the car, and then I get the black rims free is kind of how I've looked at it. They're a little bit bigger than my old tyres, so they're rubbing just on really tight turns. So I don't know if I'll keep this size of tyre, but the tread is different as well. I found with my Falcons that in the mud, I just was sliding. That's the bit that really freaks me out. So, but I'm also not 100% convinced with these. Cannot tell you what they are. Grabber, all-terrains, something like that. I'm not one of these geeks that remembers all the gazillion different things about tyres and stuff. to be doing all right, which is nice. Put a new roof rack on, so what was that nice? I had some just dead cheap $70 two roof bars on the top of the car, and that's done me fine for 2 years. But obviously tax time, we're in lockdown. I bought a Rhino rack, put that on the car, so it's meant I can have a slightly different configuration on the roof, which means I should have a bit more space if I want to chuck other stuff up there. Maybe not when I've got the kids and I've got 2 swags up there, but especially like today, I've only got my swag up there. So if I see any dead easy, decent wood at the side of the road, I'm gonna stop and chuck that up there, so I can have a decent fire tonight. Oh, I've reached the end of the map on my sat nav, but I think we're very nearly at the end of the track, because I can see the Walhalla Road. I'll slow down a bit. Making good time today. Trouble with all the recent storms is that all the trees that are down are fairly green. So I'm looking for something that's been down for at least a few months. Oh, here look, seasonal gate closure. And it says 1st of May to the 30th of November. I have a feeling that all of these tracks that lead down to the river are seasonal closure. It's just quite hard to see all the closure gates on the map. So I would assume if you're going down into the catchment area for the Thomson's Dam, that there are gate closures in place over winter. Da, 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 da. We are on the Walhalla Road. Oh, that's so funny. These cyclists are coming. I swear I drove past them before I even went down Violet Town track, and here they are. I'm sure I've seen them.
Hi.
Hey!
How you going?
I'm good, thank you.